I had no idea as a kid how much these films and the genre of horror would shape my entire life. For me, it started when I was just a little girl. My dad recorded an 8-hour marathon of a TV show from 1964 that he thought I might like. Well, I did. I loved it. It changed everything. I told Barbie to sit on a chainsaw because I found Morticia Addams. And then I found the Grand High Witch from The Witches. And then I found Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. And then I found Elvira from... If you don't know Elvira, then you don't even exist to me. And if you don't know that you don't even exist to me, it's the best line from The Craft. This is gonna be a long hour for you. And then I found out that my grandfather was an actor, and he was also on a television show from 1964 called Gilligan's Island. He was the skipper. But also, he was in a scary movie called The Giant Spider Invasion. And then I found out that my great-grandfather, Alan Hale Sr., was Errol Flynn's sidekick in the 1930s, and that one night he had a party at his house, and Bela Lugosi showed up early and punked my grandmother, waited until she was alone in a dark room, came up behind her and said, "I am Dracula." Scared the shit out of her. And then I turned 8. And I found out that my parents were getting divorced. I found out that my mom was moving me out of my home into a new house that happened to be across the street from where they filmed Poltergeist. I was just crushed that they didn't do it sooner. Oh my God, the Poltergeist house? That's fucking rad. Fucking divorce is awesome. Holy shit. So then once my mom moved out, my dad started to show me the real scary movies. He let me watch Stephen King's It. I had nightmares for the next 6 years. I was like, really, Dad? Coming from a broken home wasn't hard enough? You had to throw in a child-eating clown? When Georgie died, I thought that was my fault too. I did not see the new It when it came out into theaters. I did not see it, because first, I'm a Tim Curry loyalist. Second, movie tickets are so expensive. I thought, you know what? If I want to see a painted man in a gutter, I'll go to West Hollywood at last call. Because money for us was very tight growing up. My dad really struggled paying bills. I was raised on top ramen and fear. But scary movies were our escape. It was what we did together. We watched all of them together, except for the one that was too real for him. Rent. Then when I was way older, like 9, he got me into all the 70s creature features. He let me watch movies like Jaws, Alien, Debbie Does Dallas. Okay, he didn't actually know about that one. I found a copy on beta. You guys remember what beta is? That's fantastic. I found it on beta under his mattress, and I did watch it. I will say this, it was not a horror film. But trust me, those girls saw some one-eyed monsters. That's huge dicks. That's what I'm... Then when I turned 10, my mom got in on the party. My mom decided, okay, yeah, all right, you can watch The Exorcist. She said, don't watch it until I get home. Make sure to wait for me. I said, okay. Put it on immediately. And I was such a brat. I was such a spoiled brat because I already seen so many scary movies that I thought, it's not even scary. Oh my God, it's pea soup. I'm so dumb. I couldn't appreciate how iconic that film was. Maybe it was because I'd already seen so many horrifying images over the years. Like my dad and his tidy not-so-whities with the elastic ripped, hanging down the side with the stain in the back. You know what did scare me? Having friends over. He didn't put on any pants, like you didn't. You think masturbating with a crucifix is uncomfortable? Try explaining to your friends that your dad gained a bunch of weight but was too cheap to buy a cane, so he just got around with a golf club. We would go to Jerry's Deli and he would plop it on the table, and whenever he needed a refill of his coffee to wash down his Newport Lights, he would just pick it up and wave it around at the waitress and yell, "Hey, Toots!" Jason Voorhees had a machete, Michael Myers had a kitchen knife, and Brian Hale had a fucking golf club. I didn't really know how much all of this affected me as an adult until the other day. I was having a real meltdown. I was just having a real moment, and I thought, you should put something on that'll calm you down. So I put on the John Wayne Gacy tapes. Who does that? White women, mostly. My mom had a slightly better idea of what you could show a child. She let me watch Xena, Warrior Princess. That was our thing, was Xena. She even took me to conventions. She flew me all the way to New York City so that I could see Lucy Lawless play Rizzo in Grease. And I'm still straight. I just like to whale watch and have a mild crush on Sarah Paulson. Who doesn't? It's Sarah Paulson. Hello. She's the supreme. Coven. Okay, let's talk about that show for a second. Let's talk about it. So many things have happened on that show over the years that it's too messed up even for me to watch sometimes. Like people being sent to asylums for being gay, witches being burned at the stake, people with physical disabilities being called freak shows, nuclear war. Okay, you all know what show I'm talking about, right? American History. American Horror Story doesn't sound so bad now. I think for me, the real horror story was I lived in a place called Simi Valley for 10 years. You're familiar. Here's the thing about Simi Valley. It's basically where bad cops go to retire and crazy conservatives go to die. It's just a lot of white people and their shitty kids. It's very Village of the Damned. I went back there the other day because that's where the poltergeist house is. And I wanted a picture with the house. And I noticed the names of the streets that I actually took to get there. I took Easy Street, Nonchalant Drive, and Women Shouldn't Have the Right to Vote Lane. And the whole place is covered with those bus bench ads. You know the ones with the real estate agent's headshot? They were all over the place, and those make no sense to me. You're selling me a house. I don't give a shit what you look like. You know who should have a headshot? Gynecologists. Because if you're going down on me with a metal tongue and getting a copay, you better be pretty. So then I turned 13. And I got to see my first scary movie in a theater. It was Scream. I became a woman that day. I did. Sometimes the killer underneath the mask is hideous and disgusting, and sometimes it's Skeet Ulrich. Now, I don't know what kind of a name Skeet is, but I'm pretty sure when I saw how hot he is, that's what it did. Just the whole back row. And I convinced my dad to take me to see it 6 times. 6 times. He had no idea it was my own personal Debbie Does Dallas. But the first movie ever to truly mesmerize me was Halloween. The original Halloween. I'm a Michael Myers girl. That is my guy. The thing about Michael Myers is he's been killing people for decades. And he's still power walking like a motherfucker. Apparently evil never dies or gets arthritis. Then there's the holiday Halloween, which is my all-time favorite. I love it. Makes me feel like a kid. I buy all the merchandise. Particularly, I love all of the fall candles. It's my favorite. See, I'm doing this thing now where I'm trying not to eat sugar. So I buy candles that smell like the things I can't eat. Like blueberry maple pancakes, pumpkin pecan waffles, pussy. I want to. I do. You buy a lot of candles, don't you? Fantastic. I took my mom to her very first drag show on Halloween one year. And it was an incredible night. So we go, and I knew all the girls. I knew all the queens. So we show up, and the queen hosting liked to do this thing where she would invite new audience members up to the stage and ask them, dick or clit? Meaning, what do you like? So she gets my mom up, she gets to my mom, and my mom, without missing a beat, yells, "Clit!" The whole room goes crazy. They're like, whoa, Sam, your mom's a lesbian? That's so cool. I had no idea. My mom figures it out, and she turns into this demon. She just starts yelling, "Dick! I like dick! Dick!" Oh my God, Mom, who are you, the Babadook? What? I love all the new Halloween movies. I love Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. I'm super here for it. But some of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes, maybe not so much. I don't know. That last one, it was so bad I'd rather watch Keanu Reeves attempt that British accent, Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was uncomfortable. I think I'd be more comfortable watching Basic Instinct with my father. Can I get real with you guys for a second? Can we have a moment? Okay. So when I turned 22, my dad, who I love more than anything, had a heart attack. And he passed away. And I was lost. So lost. But the last time I saw him was in the funeral home. And I remember I walk in, the guy comes up to me, "I'm so sorry for your loss. Would you like to talk to your dad one more time?" And I said, "Okay." So they roll him out of cold storage and they plop him in front of me, and I look at him. I'm so emotional. I am distraught. His hair is disheveled. His skin is ice blue. And the only thing that I actually remember saying to him was, "Dad, you look like Jack Nicholson from The Shining." I love Stephen King. I'm a huge, obviously, I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Some of my favorite couples come from his novels, actually. Like, there's the one, you guys know this one, it's about the guy who crashes his car in the snow, and this woman who doesn't even know him brings him into her home, cooks for him, cleans for him, nurses him back to health, encourages his passion for writing, breaks both of his ankles one by one with a sledgehammer so he'll never leave her. It's so thoughtful. I think some of the most terrifying couples come from film and television. Frankenstein and his bride, Chucky and Tiffany, Donnie and Marie. But my favorite couple is actually a real-life couple, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who inspired The Conjuring. So she's a psychic, he's a demonologist, and together, they literally fought off evil. Ed battled demons for this woman. The last guy that I dated, the only thing he battled was not fucking other people. But my ultimate dream as a horror lover, it would be the greatest thing ever. I want to see a Stephen King crossover series where all the characters come together and solve each other's problems. Okay, so you could let Pennywise the Clown eat the Children of the Corn. You could bury the evil dog from Cujo in the pet cemetery and he would come back friendly. And you could let Carrie White telekinetically seal off and set fire to the Supreme Court so that women would have the right to choose what to do with their own bodies. Women have it hard enough. I watched my mother, a single mother, grow up, trying to find love again, trying to find a job that she could afford to pay bills with, trying to pay for my Christmas presents, trying to pay for my Halloween costumes, trying to pay for my softball cleats. Still straight. But we loved all the Christmas horror films, like Home Alone. You know what? Forget Jigsaw. The original mastermind of torture was Kevin McAllister. Do you remember what he did to Joe Pesci in that movie? First, he set his scalp on fire, and then he shot him in the dick. Joe Pesci suffered less in Goodfellas. And then there's Silent Night, Deadly Night, which you all know it. It's a movie about An audience that didn't laugh hard enough at the comics, so she fucking killed them. Then there's Black Christmas, which is about this guy who just brutalizes these young, perfect, popular, skinny sorority girls who have their whole lives ahead of them on Christmas. I mean, what a hero. It really is the most wonderful time of the year. But Gremlins, I think, is my favorite. Gremlins. But I had a realization upon watching it. I thought, women over 35, our bodies turn into gremlins. We do, we turn into them. Think about it. You can't expose us to direct sunlight or we get cancer. You can't feed us after midnight or we get fat. And if you get us wet, we multiply. I like you guys. I'm gonna get real with you again. When I turned 33, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she passed away. And I was more lost than I've ever been in my entire life. There are two things in this world that will never make sense to me. First, that my mother's no longer in it. Second, that in Friday the 13th, Jason's not the killer. I had my mother's funeral on a Friday the 13th. I don't know if I did that on purpose, but I do know that none of you fuckers can beat that. We had it at this place called Paramount Ranch, which is this beautiful old filming location in Agora Hills. And we found out that soon after the service, the entire thing burned to the ground in the Woolsey fire. And when I found that out, I mean, of course, I was devastated because the only thing I could think was, oh my God, if my mom would have died 2 weeks later, I would have had that cremation for free. Not everyone knows what to do with that. That's okay. I get it. I did that joke the other day on a show, and this guy sitting right in the front, right where you are, he was laughing so hard that I had to stop. I said, "Sir, thank you, but is it that funny?" He said, "I'm a funeral director. That shit's hilarious." Whenever I miss my mom the most, I just yell, "Mom, Mom, Mom!" Like she's Beetlejuice. Like she's just gonna send a sandworm to fix it? I don't know. I also, whenever I miss my parents, I watch Disney movies. I'm a huge Disney person. I grew up going to Disneyland with them. So the other day, I was really thinking about her, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna put on an older movie that I haven't seen in forever. So I put on Bambi. I forgot. You know what? Of all the franchises, of all the boogeymen, do you know who has the top kill count when it comes to parents? It's Walt Disney. Think about all the things that have happened to parents in Disney movies over the years. They killed Simba's dad, Tiana's dad, Aladdin's mom and dad. Snow White had to move in with a bunch of dwarves. Mowgli was raised by wolves. Dory's parents lost her. They turned Merida's mom into a bear. They killed Corella's mother and her other mother. And Alice's parents let her pop a bunch of pills and fall down a hole. So when we were not allowed to leave our houses for a while, we were all just alone with our thoughts, right? So I was thinking about them all the time. And you know that as soon as Disneyland opened, I was the first one there with a reservation. But no one could go with me that day. So I go and I think, well, I'm a grown woman alone at Disneyland. What should I do? Edibles. So I try to eat it at the right time. I start walking towards Star Wars land, and I think, oh, a Millennium Falcon. I've never been on this. This is a great idea. So I get to the front, I get a little higher, and then I'm about to go in, and I realize, oh, I don't know what this ride is. I have no idea what's about to happen. So I walk into the first room, and there's lights flashing, and there's an alien over here, and there's a lot happening, and I don't know what to do. So I just kind of find a ledge and just kind of wait. What's gonna happen? You know, is a screen gonna pop out? I don't know, I'm so high. Cast member walks up to me, and she says, ma'am, the spaceship's over here. I said, oh, I'm not on it? So she directs me into the cockpit, and I look down, and there's 6 markers on the floor, because normally people have friends and they go with other people. So another cast member walks in, and she says, hi, are you ready to save the planet? I said, okay. And then I look down, and she says, would you like to be the pilot, the co-pilot, the gunner, the engineer, the guard? I'm like, oh my God, why are there so many questions? Oh my God, I'm so high, please stop talking to me. I said, pilot? She said, great, fantastic. Would you like to fly up, down, vertical, horizontal? I'm like, oh my God, why are there more questions? I can't tell her that I'm high, because I'll get thrown in Disney jail. And then I realize, I know how to get out of this. I say, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I'm more of a scary movie person. I didn't see Star Wars until my roommate forced me to. I don't know what planet you're trying to get me to save. Can I just fly the plane now? And she said, Star Wars? Oh, you humans are so strange. Oh my God, this bitch is in full cosplay. I'm now yes-anding in an improv scene that I don't want to be in. And then I crashed the plane. Horror fans were devoted, but Star Wars fans are batshit crazy. I think that some of the most graphic films all have numbers in the titles. Like 28 Days Later, 30 Days of Night, Sixth Sense, Session 9, 50 Shades of Grey. My favorite zombie movies, I have 2. One, 28 Days Later. I love that movie. Have you guys seen it? Those zombies are fast. They are so fast. They can catch you faster than my dad can piss off a waitress. And then there's Shaun of the Dead. Okay. Oh, I adore that movie. And the thing is, it's actually a comedy. The only scary part is that the guy from Coldplay has a cameo. I do like one Coldplay song, I do. I like Fix You. The lyrics are so simple. I will fix you. If a man says to a woman, I will fix you, it's romantic. If a woman says to a man, I will fix you, it's me. I definitely said it a few times. I was on Bumble and I swiped right on this guy because he was wearing a leprechaun t-shirt. Should have told me he would fall short. We sit down, we order food, which means you're stuck there for a couple hours. First words out of this guy's mouth are, well, couple things about me. I'm actually a convicted felon. I used to go camping a lot in the desert when I was high on meth, and I would rob people with guns I made myself. I said, hold on, I'm gonna stop you right there. You like to go camping? And then I swiped right on another guy because he was hot. And I show up, and he has a mohawk and a mullet. No, you get one. Are you kidding me? That's like Freddy versus Jason. They do not play well together, and there is not a clear winner. I think the hottest character of all horror, all films, all television, Negan from The Walking Dead. Daddy, right? So Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, plays this super charming, charismatic, smooth-talking, leather jacket-wearing serial killer who just happens to beat people to death with a bat wrapped in barbed wire. He's so hot, my therapist failed. But the thing about that show is that in the later seasons of The Walking Dead, it just became too unbelievable. And it wasn't that 99.9% of the planet were flesh-eating zombies. It was that 99.9% of the planet were flesh-eating zombies. Yet every character on that show was finding the one. You kidding me? I need to wait for the zombie apocalypse to find my person? I did get to meet Greg Nicotero, though, who's the executive producer. Oh, I was so excited to meet him. I met him at a horror convention. And how these things work is you go up to their table, you pick up a piece of merchandise, and then you talk to them while they sign it. So I pick up this custom, one-of-a-kind poster, and I walk up to him, and I say, Mr. Nicotero, it's a true honor to meet you. Your show meant so much to my mom and I. We really bonded over it. And she's passed away, so every time that I watch it, I feel like I get to be with her again. And he said to me very sincerely, are you gonna pay for that? Holy shit, I'm kidding, you guys. He was amazing. I love you, Greg. No, he was amazing. He was so wonderful. I was with this guy for a while when my mom got diagnosed. And I really thought that he was gonna be like a rock for me, you know, someone to really help me through it. He made all these plans with me. And he actually told me all about his mom. I told him all about my mom, of course. And he told me a true story about his own mom barely getting away from Ted Bundy. Terrifying, right? So scary. But I liked this guy so much, was really excited about him. And then I went out of town for 3 days, came back to a text message, not a phone call, a text message that said, I've given it some thought. I don't want anything serious with you. And in that moment, I was furious that Bundy didn't try harder. I think after the loss of my mom and another relationship, I was like, you know what? I'm joining a cult. Or worse, going on a silent retreat. But then I watched the movie Hereditary, and I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm fine. Okay, how do we feel about Hereditary? I heard some nopes, some claps. That is the thing about Hereditary. It's very either you love it or you hate it. There's no in between. Hereditary is the cilantro of horror. So it's about this woman who's grieving a loss, and then her entire family falls victim to a demon summoning cult. I didn't like it. I was not a fan. It was not my thing. But I wanted to know how other people felt, so I went on IMDb. And I read the reviews, and these are some of my favorite review titles. A dying snail on crutches moves at a faster pace. Supreme evil taken out by a nut allergy. I LOL'd when the girl's head popped off. And my personal favorite, I couldn't relate. I hope not, jeez. But if we are gonna talk about cults, I think to me the most insane, scary one was Charles Manson's The Family. I mean, that's some crazy stuff, you guys. I was watching this documentary on it, and it was shocking. And the most shocking part was finding out that fucker was 5'2". How did he get all of these beautiful girls to do his bidding for him? I mean, drugs, yes, I get it. But I wanna know how that conversation went. Do you think he was like, all right, now, girls, I need you to kill Sharon Tate. And then I need you to write the word pig on the wall in blood. And then I need you to reach the Cheerios off the top shelf. Then a lot of films, a lot of iconic films in horror are based on a real person. Ed Gein. White woman, makes sense. Ed Gein is the inspiration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, and Silence of the Lambs. So here's what happened. The cops raided his farm in the 50s. They said, Mr. Geen, we need to know where all your victims are. He said, okay, not a problem. Just get me a piece of apple pie with cheddar cheese on it and I'll tell you everything. So they go in, they find a woman's jawbone used as a wind chime. They found coffee cups made out of skulls. They found a belt made out of nipples. And then the most horrifying part was they found a woman's face, like her whole face in a bag under his bed. And I was watching it and all I could think about was, oh my God, that is disgusting. Who the fuck puts cheese on pie? I just saw the documentary on the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. It's a real place that inspired American Horror Stories Hotel. Really dark history. I mean, Richard Ramirez stayed there, lots of suicide, really dark, tragic stuff. But I think the saddest story was Elisa Lam, this young student who stayed there and then she went missing, and almost a month later, they found her body in the water tank on the roof supplying water for the entire building. And in the documentary, they interviewed this young Dutch couple, and the woman was like, yes, we drank the water for 8 days. Yes, when I realized what that meant, I became physically ill, that they were drinking LA tap water. I watch all the creepy TV shows, you guys. I love them. I'm such a nerd. I watch all of them. Like Bates Motel, True Blood, The Bachelor. True Blood. How do you guys feel about True Blood? Everybody loves that show. Everyone stands by that show. Listen, for me, I think it's just Twilight with Southern accents and blowjobs. And I don't know which of the two series came first, but I never did. Okay, Twilight, let's talk about it. We saw it. It's fine. We did. I thought it's werewolves and vampires. How bad could it be? So do you remember when Edward takes Bella out into the woods to make the big reveal? He walks up to the sunlight and he's super dramatic. He's like, Bella, this is who we really are. And I'm thinking, finally, there's gonna be some fangs, some blood. Give me anything. Walks up to the sunlight. What does he do? He sparkles. He sparkled like a diamond. And I saw that and I said, that is not a vampire. That is Adam Lambert. I love vampires. I truly love vampires. I think they are just sexy and iconic and timeless. Brad Pitt from Interview with the Vampire. Salma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn. Cher from Cher. The other day, my friend asked me, what are some of your favorite vampire films? And I said, The Lost Boys, Dracula, Blade 3. No, he said Blade 3? You have no taste. I said, really? Ryan Reynolds had no shirt. Tastes fine. So then there's Vampire in Brooklyn, which I love. Any movie with Angela Bassett in it, yes, please, Queen. I love Angela Bassett. She's everything. Actually, one of the first road gigs that I ever did as a comic was in Brooklyn. And I remember it super clearly because I was leaving the club at maybe like 3 a.m. There's no one around. I get into this guy's cab, it's pitch black, and I start to kind of panic. I think, oh my God, this guy could be some sort of sex-crazed psycho. Or worse, a Scorpio. What if he brings me to his downtown sex dungeon and ties me up and tickles me with a sex feather? And then I thought, Samantha, calm down. That's just a fantasy. Before I got into stand-up, I had a phase where I thought I wanted to be a casting director. So I interned on what I think is the scariest show on television, Seventh Heaven. So it was my job to go through the actors' headshots whenever we released the role of a new character. We put out the breakdown for a Catholic priest. Yeah. So I'm going through the headshots and I pull out Robert Englund's headshot. Yes, girl, that is Freddy Krueger. I lose my mind. I am so excited. I run to the head casting director. I say, please, 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 can we bring in Robert Englund to read for this role? And she said, oh, I don't know. Robert Englund is a Catholic priest? Exactly. I said, what do you mean? It's perfect. He's already played a child molester. I watch all the ghost hunter shows too. Yeah, I'm such a nerd. I love all of them. I saw an episode of Ghost Adventures, and they filmed in a comedy club, and they caught footage of so many dead hopes and dreams. I saw another episode about this hotel in Flagstaff, Arizona called the Monte Vista. So what do? I go to Flagstaff, Arizona, and I stay in that hotel, and I ask them to stay in the most haunted room. And I will say this, you guys, I actually did. I had an experience. His name was Travis, and I met him on the elevator. Didn't see any ghosts, though. See, I want to do this thing where, like, life is short, it's precious, it's beautiful, we need to go live it. So I'm starting to travel. I want to go new places, see new things, eat new food. I took myself to Africa. I like to call it my eat, slay, love. I took myself to Mexico because I wanted to swim with whale sharks. I wanted to see the cenotes, which are these beautiful underground caves, kind of like, you know the movie The Descent? Kind of looks like that, but instead of those humanoid, slimy creatures down there, it's just a bunch of honeymooners. So even worse, right? So I'm on this tour, and I wound up on a tour with 2 honeymoon couples. Oh my God, that's so great for you. I'm so happy for you. That's wonderful. I fucking hate you. No, I don't. So the photographer looks at them and he says, "Oh, beautiful couples, congratulations. I'm so excited for you." And then he looks at me and he's like, "Give us the thumbs up?" Right up your ass. That was fantastic. But the best part, honestly, the best part of Mexico was getting to swim with dolphins. Oh, it was so incredible. I was in the water with 6 of them. And I decided to do the foot push, which is where you just you get in the water in this Superman pose, and 2 dolphins come up behind your feet with their nose, and they shove you so hard that you glide out of the water. Those dolphins pushed me harder than my parents ever did. If one of those dolphins would have raised me, I'd be in law school, not at Monsterpalooza. Okay, so Monsterpalooza, one of the most iconic horror conventions in the country. So my friend Danny was producing a documentary on this place called Spooky World, which is the first ever horror-themed amusement park. And they were gonna be doing a panel about it. Danny calls me and he says, "Hey, so a bunch of us are going out to Buco de Beppo before the panel. Oh, and Kane Hodder is coming with us. Do you wanna join us?" That's Jason Voorhees, you guys. That is the actual Jason Voorhees. I said, "I'm sorry, we're having meatballs with Jason? Yeah, I can make it." We get there and Kane shows up late and he says, "Sorry, I'm late, everybody. My Uber driver got a ticket on the way over." Now, I had what was either the best moment of my life or the worst. Because I say, "Oh no, I hope she didn't get in Uber trouble." And he looks at me, holding a knife, and says, "Please tell me you're not a comedian." I said, "Oh, but I am." So then we all go across the street, and these conventions are just insane, you guys. You walk in, and there's Nev Campbell from Scream, and Bill Moseley from House of a Thousand Corpses, and Dee Wallace from Cujo. I don't know where to go first, but then I'm walking through, and that's when I see him. I see my guy. I see who I want to meet. Doug Bradley. That's Pinhead. He's Pinhead from Hellraiser. That is the actual Hellraiser. I'm so excited to meet this guy. But I get up to the front of his line, and I don't know. What do you say to the Hell Priest, you know? So I walk up to him, and I say, "Hi, Mr. Bradley. I'm sure that there's nothing I can say to you that you haven't already heard, so thanks for being awesome." And he looks at me, and he says, "Try me." He's very British, by the way. And I'm thinking, oh God, what? I say, "Well, I'm a comedian, and I run a show called Horror Nerd, and it's all scary movie material. I bet you've never heard that before." And he says, "Oh, you're a comic, are you?" Tell me a joke about Hellraiser I've never heard before. Did I just get challenged by this demon? Oh my God, I'm in my own personal hell at this point because I haven't raised any jokes about him. I don't know anything. So I say to him, can I go away and come back? He says, sure. So I get on my phone and I start researching Hellraiser, Pinhead, anything. What is my angle? Oh my God, what am I gonna write about? And then I realize my first boyfriend was obsessed with Hellraiser. That's my angle. Oh my God, this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay. Can I tell the jokes to you guys? Okay. I like to change the names of my ex-boyfriends in my phone to the titles of horror films so it reminds me not to talk to them anymore. Like Hellraiser, Cujo, Malignant, Terrifier, Troll, Piranha, Todd.